morning. I spilled coffee on my shirt, but that's okay. I don't think I'm going anywhere today. It is Monday, a week later. I didn't vlog a lot last week. I vlogged not enough to make an actual vlog because I was so sick Wednesday through Friday. So didn't do anything for those days. What are you doing? My daughter has a water toy, and the dog is drinking out of that instead of the water bowl. That's fine. Crazy dog. But it feels very humid outside, like it's very wet in the air, but there's a breeze. It feels really nice. So I think I'm gonna take that as an opportunity to clean the back patio. I'm gonna try to take my daughter out of daycare for the summer if they let me, without having too big of a financial penalty for taking her out without a notice. But while I don't have my daughter here, I'm gonna take that as an opportunity to clean things that I normally wouldn't be able to clean if she were here with me. But while we're out here, I'll give you a tour of the Utley farm. It's not much, and I don't know what I'm doing with any of it, and some of it is dying or I am killing, and there's nothing I can do about it. Come on, let me show you around. We're gonna start outside the fenced in area. These are where I keep the plants that the dogs would normally try to eat. I have my potatoes. Somebody said that when the leaves start kind of dying off and the plants start falling over, that they're ready to harvest, but the potatoes look green. That can't be right. Or maybe those are just the potatoes that are peeking out of the soil. Maybe if I dig in there, I'll find some potatoes that are ready. I'm not sure. But these are just potatoes that I bought from a store and forgot about. They started growing roots in my pantry, so I cut them up and threw them in this old plastic container that was starting to break and we had lost the lid for. And then they started to grow. I forgot about them, and then they started to grow. Over here, I have my vine plants. I have my grapes, which are toxic to dogs, so I put them out where the dogs can't get them. I also have my raspberry plant in the middle. So I've got grape, raspberry, grape. Don't ask me why I did it in that order. And my grapes are doing great. Like, look at how they're just attached to the trellis. They are just expanding. I have no grapes growing. Somebody told me it might take a few years. That's fine. But my raspberries, something's eating my raspberry plant. And I think that's cute. I think that's caterpillar, but I haven't seen any caterpillars. And then my raspberries, I had a bushel growing kind of right here and then in the back. But my grapes are doing great. Look, they're growing more leaves and more vines every day. They get bigger and bigger. They are going to trellis up the side of my house and our telephone pole. It's gonna be great. Over here, I've got my blueberry plants that are not growing blueberries. But look! Can you see it started to sprout another blueberry plant right in the middle? I'm so happy. Over here, I don't know which one is which. I think this is tomato and this is cucumber, but I'm, again, not entirely sure. Plus, I think there are too many growing in both. Like, look at how crowded that is. And I don't know how to separate them without completely without completely destroying the plant. I think cucumbers need a trellis. I know tomatoes do. So once I figure out what to do, they are going to go in my flower beds over there, which I will show you in just a minute. And I've got some more trellises. If you see way out there in the field, there we go. The people who owned the property before us used to garden and farm like everything. So they have a whole bunch of trellises here. Over here, underneath the window of my laundry room, I've got some strawberry plants. that aren't growing any strawberries. In fact, it looks like something is eating. It might be birds. I've heard birds can do that. So I think birds are eating the buds off of my strawberry plants. And then I planted some broccoli seeds in here. I think I've got a little sprout right there. But other than that, I don't know what to do about that. And then lastly, over here, these are my flower beds that the tomatoes and the cucumbers are gonna go in. I've got, now tell me how this happened. I've got 2 mint plants. One completely taking over. It's doing great. It's thriving. This one completely dead. Don't know what happened. They grew up together, same soil, 2 different pots. No idea what's going on. Over here, I have my green onions. These are completely enclosed in like a chicken wire fence, so the dogs can't get to the green onions, which again are toxic. So don't want that to happen. I need my husband to get in here with a weed whacker though and get rid of all this grass, because that is not a me job. So that is the Utley farm. I have killed more plants than I have harvested. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm loving every day when I come out and I see how much my plants have grown. So what we're going to do is we're gonna clean. There's just a bunch of stuff out here and everything needs its own place. My daughter loves to play out here, so when she comes and plays, she kind of just, her version of play is just kind of make a mess, and then she likes to help me pick it up. It feels great, so that's not the problem. I'm just not wanting to do it. Hello, it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I am waiting for my chicken to finish cooking so I can, it's cooking in the air fryer, so I don't need to be in the kitchen monitoring it while it's doing its thing. Oh my goodness. My freckles are out to play today. So I know I said I wasn't really going to be going anywhere today, but that was a lie, apparently. One of my friends hit me up and wanted to meet up for just like some brunch and to wander around antique stores and just pitter patter and dilly dally. So that's what we did. We went to this place called White Rhino and got some breakfast, and then we walked around some antique stores making fun of the prices. We didn't buy anything, just kind of dawdled around. And then I came home. Our lawnmower is giving us some issues, so my stepdad is taking a look at it, trying to see if he can figure out what is going on with it. And then when my chicken is finished cooking, I am going to go pick up my daughter. We're going to do a quick run to the grocery store, and then we're going to come home and we're going to play. My cat just jumped up on my desk and knocked over like a hair clip. When I pick up my daughter, I want to talk to them about the summer drop policy. I think I remember it had to be like a 60-day notice. And if that's the case, then it's too late and might as well just keep her in for the summer. But I don't actually remember. I'm hoping it's just 2 weeks, because next week I have to do my AP reader. I'm going to grade for AP tests, and then after that she can be home with me all day every day, and I've got some non-toxic Play-Doh. We have a bunch of markers and coloring sheets, and just we have so much stuff here. And the library has a lot of toddler-friendly activities to do. And there's an indoor playground called the Flamingo's Nest out here that we can go play at during the day. So there's lots of activities that her and I can do together. So there's no reason for me to keep her in daycare this summer. Unless they're like, hey, it'll be $2,000 if you want to pull her out right now. So then I'm just gonna, and she'll just stay. Oh, my chicken's done. Hello, it's Wednesday. I don't think I filmed anything yesterday. What did I do? Oh, yesterday I went shopping to like the dollar stores in our area and the dollar section of Target to get some kid appropriate like summer activities for my daughter to do because I'm taking her out of daycare. Here it is. I'm taking my daughter out of daycare in her last week, or her last day is next Friday. So I wanted to get some things for her to do at home that will entertain her, keep her off of the TV. Because we're trying to go as screen-free as possible. Oh, let me show you what I'm using. I'm using the CeraVe Ultralight Moisturizing Lotion with SPF 30. Love it, but I don't do face makeup. I just do a little bit of eyeshadow and mascara. But I'm getting ready to go. It's just after 2 o'clock. I'm going to go to our local library because on Wednesdays at 3, they have like a writer's corner where local writers can get together and just kind of chit chat about their projects, I guess. And I've been trying to write more. I used to write all the time when I was in high school and college and even a little bit after. And then just, you know, after having Anya, it gets hard to prioritize your hobbies. So I have a project that I've started. I really haven't gotten too far into it. I have kind of an idea of what I want, but I really want to sit down and talk to other authors and figure out, like, ask them questions about their writing process, how they find the time, because I think these people that are going to these writer meetings are older. Like, they have established lives and careers and everything, and so I want to know how they prioritize a time-consuming hobby such as writing with their everyday lives. So my husband and I did some chores this morning, dropped Anya off at daycare, and I'm gonna go to that writers meeting. I don't know what I'm gonna wear today. Okay, I think this t-shirt dress is getting a little too tight. Oh, okay, I can't wear it because my shorts are sticking out the bottom. Okay, this is outfit option number 1. It's just a blue and white striped t-shirt dress, but it's really tight and it's pulling. I don't think it works. Okay, this is much better. It's just a simple black dress. I'm gonna hide these straps. People can't know I'm wearing a bra. Okay, makes bump look good. You can still see the shorts. I'm just gonna pull the shorts up a little bit. There we go. Okay, now you can't see my shorts. Okay, should I wear a necklace? My husband got me this necklace when we first started dating. I think we had been dating for like maybe 6 months. Okay, I don't know why like I'm trying to like get ready and look really nice. I'm just going to the library to sit with a bunch of other nerds to talk about our writing ideas. I don't think I want to tell anybody what my idea is because like I'm afraid that people I just inhaled it through the mouth and tasted it.
I'm afraid people are gonna think it's like stupid, and I'm also like thinking about going the cowardly way, and that if it ends up ever getting published, publishing it under a pseudonym. I'm rubbing the chapstick on my husband's towel.
Hello. Today is Friday, and it is the first day of being an AP reader. Most of my day is going to be spent in my office, but there are a few things that I need to get done today, like cleaning my daughter's bedroom. Let me show you. This is my daughter's bedroom. It's not messy. The floors need to be cleaned and things need to be dusted off. What we're going to do today, Alfred's our vacuum. Alfred is vacuuming. What we're going to do today is I think I'm gonna clear everything off the rug first and vacuum the rug, and then put all of her like movable toys and bed and everything onto the carpet, so that way I can clean the hardwood around it and then move everything back. And then dusting should be done first, right? I think I'll dust first, wipe everything onto the floor, then do floors. That's what I'll do. Do I need to do the fans? Yeah, I need to do the fans. Okay, so I'm gonna set you up somewhere while I get started on this. Okay, so I know I said I was gonna vacuum the floors before I moved everything onto the rug, but I forgot, and I had already moved like half of the room onto the rug. So everything's moved onto the rug. I'm gonna go ahead and dust everything onto the floors, and then I'll do the hard floors first. I'm out of breath. I've made a pile of things that go in other rooms, like a cat toy, a dog toy, and her bath toys. All of these need to be put in other rooms. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'm gonna grab a rag. I grabbed a furniture polish spray, but I did not grab a rag, so I'm gonna go do that now. I'm just now noticing that there's strawberry splatter on the floor. I normally don't let my daughter eat in here, but I guess that's a rule that my husband and my in-laws do not follow as well. I'm also gonna be dusting the baseboards, and if you can't tell, I'm 6 months pregnant. This doesn't count as nesting, okay? This is cleaning, normal cleaning. Weasley, are you gonna help clean too? Cat's in here to help me clean. Okay, so my daughter's room is finished, and I went ahead and vacuumed all the other rugs in the house, the one in the master bedroom, the runner in the hallway, the rug in the living room, and I took off the old blankets on the couch, vacuumed the couch, which wasn't too bad, and then put fresh blankets on the couch. The reason we do that is because we have 5 animals, and they shed. Not really bad, but they do shed. So we like to clean the floors and the couch every week. So, and you know, you can kind of tell that the cats have taken over our couch, which I'm not super upset about. But to keep it as fresh as possible, we put blankets on it and then just wash the blankets and vacuum any hairs or dirt or food crumbs that happen to get through the blankets or in the crevasses throughout the week. And then we spray some fabric spray onto all of that. So all my cleaning is done for the day. I am getting a little hungry. It is noon, so it's perfect time for lunch. So I'm gonna go ahead and make myself a buffalo chicken wrap and sit down to grade some essays. I need to be logged into this program for 8 hours today. And I have logged about 2.5 hours. So we do have 2 meetings today, which will take up some of those 8 hours, but I need to get some essays graded. I really have to go to the bathroom. But really quick, before I make my lunch, I wanted to talk to you guys about Dirt Demon. Now, this is the vacuum that we use. Let me show you our vacuum. This is not a promotion. This video is not sponsored. As much as I would love it to be sponsored, it is not. But let me pull it out because our closet light went out. And if you guys are asking, like, where's your husband? You're 6 months pregnant. You shouldn't be doing any of this. He is, hear that? He is mowing our big ass yard. So this is my vacuum. It is a Dirt Devil, not Dirt Demon, Dirt Devil Endura Max. I got this during COVID, right when Carter and I moved in together in 2020. So this vacuum is about 6.5 years old and I love it so much. It's not really a complaint, it's more of a disclaimer, is that we've had to replace the belt on it twice, but that is because we have 6 animals and we use that vacuum. Back at our old house that had carpet in the bedrooms, we would use that vacuum almost every day. But now that we live in a house that's all hardwood except the rugs, we only use it maybe once a week on the rugs. And it does a fabulous job. The only reason we don't use it on the hardwood is because we have since gotten an iRobot. And so the iRobot does really well on the hardwood floor, but doesn't really do a good job on the carpets. So after Alfred, our iRobot, goes around and does all of the hardwood floor, we go in with our Dirt Devil to get any of the places that the iRobot did not. But I love the suction on it. It's fabulous. It always does a great job. It's so easy to clean, and to replace the belt, it is so easy. You just unscrew the back and you take the old belt off. If it's snapped, it'll already be off and disintegrated, and you just put a new belt on. And the belts, you come in a pack of 3 on Amazon for like $10. So it's not a big deal if they break. And since we've moved into this house and we're only using it once a week, we haven't had an issue with the belts breaking. It was just back when we were using that vacuum every day. But here's one of the culprits, Benjen. All right, I'm gonna make my lunch. Let me show you guys what I'm doing for lunch. Big ol' tortilla. Usually I'll have a salad mix already made in the fridge, but the ones that I had didn't look so good. So we're just doing some plain, already washed and trimmed romaine lettuce with some pre-made, pre-seasoned grilled buffalo chicken pieces. Now, I made this from frozen chicken, and I think because I made it from frozen chicken, it had retained so much water, even though I had laid it on paper towels to try to get as much of that moisture out of the chicken. I don't think it got much of the moisture out. So I think that's why the chicken didn't really marinate that well, even though I had it marinating in the fridge for an entire day and a half. I don't think much of the Frank's Red Hot kind of absorbed into the chicken. So what we're going to do to remedy that is we are going to add some more Frank's Red Hot. We're just gonna dabble that on there. And we're gonna put a whole bunch of cheese. Now, typically what I do in a salad mixture is I will also put the Chick-fil-A avocado ranch dressing on it as well. But because I'm just doing plain romaine lettuce, I'm just gonna skip that addition as well. And you just wrap it up and you got a buffalo chicken and cheese wrap. That's lunch. My burrito is really good. It's a little spicy. I might have put too much Frank's Red Hot, but that's okay. I got my water. It incentivizes me to drink water. I'm about to log in to the program I use to score the AP tests to get grading. The email that he sent out this morning, that our table leader sent out this morning, said that our first meeting was going to be at 1:30 my time. It is 12:11 right now. So I thought I have plenty of time until our first meeting, but then I saw a chat message that he sent out this morning saying that our first meeting was going to be my time, 10:30 in the morning, which is several hours difference. So I messaged him and told him, hey, must have missed the first meeting. But there's another one later this afternoon, so hopefully he'll reach out with a correct time. All right, so I have been working for, it says 6 hours and 3 minutes, but because I've been working consistently for 4 hours, it is putting me on a mandated 15-minute break. So during this 15-minute break, I thought I would give you guys a reading update on The House on Mango Street. I am DNFing this book. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be really upset with me because this is such a beloved book, especially amongst English teachers such as myself. But I don't see the appeal. I got 38 pages in to this book and I can't do it. I understand it's told in a series of vignettes. I just don't like that style of writing, I guess, because I can't really see... I don't know. I can't form connections with the characters that way. They're so short, and some of the vignettes are half a page. And I just don't care. I don't know or have relationships enough with these characters to care about what is happening to them. It is told from the perspective of a very young girl. Does it say how old she is? It does not say how old she is, but I'm assuming in the pages that I have read, she is anywhere from 8 to 12 years old. It's so juvenile, the way that it's written. I'm not a fan of the writing style of it being written in vignettes, so I'm going to go ahead and DNF this. I'm going to put this in my DNF pile. When my DNF pile gets so tall that it is toppling over, I will do an unhaul video. But until that day, this is just gonna go on top of that pile. I'm still reading Alchemized. I am 47% of the way through the audiobook, I believe. It's okay. It's starting to slow down quite a bit. It's becoming very repetitive. Her whole back and forth, is Farron a good guy? Is he a bad guy? It's getting old. So I don't know how much more of that book I can take before I decide to put it down for now. And then I think the physical book that I'm going to pick up next will probably be The Haunting, because I need a break from fantasy. Alchemized is making me frustrated. So I think I'm going to pick up The Haunting tonight after I finish my mandated 8 hours of grading online essays. It is 3:36 in the afternoon, so after my mandated 15-minute break, I'll grade a couple more essays, and then I'll go pick up my daughter, and her and I are going to hang out. Maybe we'll go swimming, because it is hot today. I think we're going to go swimming, and then we'll come back home, we'll eat dinner, we'll go to bed. Tomorrow, my in-laws are picking her up for a slumber party after her nap, so her and I and my husband will spend the morning together and maybe go to the farmer's market, get some donuts like we do every Saturday. And then I think they have a toddler story time happening at the local library that we'll check out as well tomorrow morning. So if I don't update you later tonight on reading or work, then I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Hello. It's 9 o'clock. About an hour ago, I logged in, or I tried logging. Oh, did I get an email? She emailed me back. Sorry.
As I was saying, after I put my daughter to bed, I logged back in to do some more grading because I had only reached just over 6 hours today, so I wanted to get those other 2 hours done. But it was 8 o'clock when I logged on, and it said that there was no schedule for me at the time, so I emailed my table reader, and she just emailed me back. Actually, she emailed me back 40 minutes ago, and I just didn't see it. But she said that that was just for today, that the schedule closes at 8 p.m. my time, just for the first day. But starting tomorrow, it'll be open from 7 a.m. and then it'll be open for 24/7 until it ends on Thursday. So that's fine. I was like, great, I have some free time. So I did some writing, which I haven't done in a long time. I've started this novel so long ago, a couple years ago. And I started this idea, my husband and I were bouncing this idea off of each other, and I wrote the prologue and a couple pages of the first chapter a few years ago, and then I never touched it. And then a few months ago, I opened it back up, started writing a little bit more, and then again today, I had just a lot of inspiration, and I was hyper fixated on writing. I wanted to write. So I got back into writing, and from 8 p.m. to 9, just 3 minutes ago, I wrote not a lot. In 1 hour, I didn't even write 1,000 words. I probably wrote close to 900 words. I added 2 pages to chapter 1, and then I wrote 1 page for chapter 3. So I've definitely made some progress. Chapter 2, I don't think I'm going to touch for now. What I'm noticing is that my chapters are so short, but they are so filled with information. So what I think I'm going to do, and what I've learned that other writers need to do, like some tips, is to not go back and edit. Don't go back and edit. Just write. Just info dump and write. Make it bad. Make it horrible. Just get it finished. And then you can go back and embellish and make it better. So that's what I'm trying to do. But I don't know if any of you have ever tried to write something creative that you have in your head. You have this idea, and then you start staring at a blinking cursor on a blank Google document, and then you just don't know what to do. So I'm trying my best to get it out of my head that whatever I type is not going to be good. It's not going to be good. It's going to be so cringy. It's going to be horrible. And when I print it off and start my first round of edits, I am going to lose my mind with how bad this was. But at least I'll have something. So that is what I was trying to do. It's 9 o'clock. I'm tired. I don't want to look at this anymore. So I'm going to close this out for the day. And I'm actually going to set an alarm for 6 a.m. tomorrow I'm going to try to get about an hour and a half of AP grading done tomorrow morning before my daughter wakes up. She's been waking up around 7:30 in the morning. And then, because we have her all morning, and then I'll do some more grading while she's napping. And then after her nap, we're going to go to Texas Roadhouse. We're going to meet her grandparents there and do a little switcheroo. We'll drop her off with her grandparents, and then my husband is treating me to a mani-pedi, and then I'm gonna come home and do more ATS grading. I think for the rest of the night tonight, I might lay in bed and do a little bit of reading. It's mid-June, and I have a sudden urge to start a bullet journal again, but not in the middle of the month. So I'm gonna keep that idea open for July. This is my cat, Momo. She's very rarely around. She's a very sweet girl. Yeah. She's not one for pets or snuggles. She actually... You gonna let me pet you?
her sitting this close to me is the equivalent of her snuggling me. So, hi, my love. I told you guys that I was DNFing House on Mango Street. So what I might do is lay in bed and read a little bit of The Haunting, because I'm on chapter 2 of that one, and I want to try to make some progress. You getting clean? Do you want to go lay in bed with me? My snugs? Probably not. Momo sleeps in this chair every night. It's probably why she's sitting right there. She's waiting for me to leave. And then let's see. Do you see them? It won't let me zoom in because I'm on my phone. But those are my 2 boy cats. They usually snuggle with me in bed every night along with the dogs. And then when my husband comes to bed, he puts the dogs in their kennels, and the boy cats are snuggling with both of us. I usually kick the boy cats off of me because I can't do the heat from the animals, so they end up sleeping in between my husband's legs. I'm gonna go lay in bed and read The Haunting. Just slammed my fingers in the desk. All right, I'll update you guys tomorrow morning. Bye. Good morning. It is Saturday morning. It's about 7:32 in the morning. And remember when I said that I was going to wake up at 6 o'clock to get some AP reading done? Well, yeah, that didn't happen because I've been out of work for several weeks and have been waking up at the whim of my child. So I ended up not getting out of bed until just after 6:30. I made myself a bowl of cereal and a cup of coffee, and I sat down like right at 7 o'clock to start grading. And my daughter decided to wake up early this morning and woke up at 7:15. So I only got about 15 minutes of grading done, which was just enough time to finish the calibration, which they give you 6 already scored essays, and you score them to see how accurate you are with what they were already scored. So that 15 minutes was just long enough for me to do the calibration. So I actually haven't scored anything yet. So getting back in there, my husband took my daughter to get some donuts, so they'll be gone for about 20 minutes. So I can get another 20 minutes grading done. So, but I should be able to get full 2 hours done while she's napping, and then I'll get the rest of it done later this afternoon. Oh, last night I did start reading The Haunting. I read 2 chapters before almost falling asleep and going to bed. And then I was tossing and turning all night, and about midnight I gave up, went to the bathroom, came back, and read a few more chapters before I was actually tired enough to go to bed. So got a little bit of reading done in The Haunting. It's really annoying. The characters in this story are doing just stereotypical stupid things that teenagers do in horror movies, such as following the strange noises. Hello, Weasley. Such as following the strange noises that they hear to see what the danger is. Meeting the person that everyone believes to be the serial killer at midnight where the murders happened, when the murders happened, on the anniversary that the murders happened. They're just making such stupid decisions, and I know some of them are gonna die, and I know I'm not gonna care. Did you want to say hi? Come here. All right, anyway, let me get some grading done before my husband and my daughter come back.